You heard it here first in the Broski Doodles podcast. It's Kiko Flo, Kiko Cervantes, and today I got you with that Spanish look. It's not that I grew 15 years. There's going to be an explanation to this. Chef Maurice, thank you for joining today. You're repping the 305?
The 305.
You repping that Miami date?
Yeah, I have to. We have to.
All
Well,
right.
you're repping something else, but...
I mean, I'm repping the Spanish culture today. But
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm a rapper of the 305. I normally do it via the Marlins, but yeah, tomato.
I think this is... I think we've talked about this before. I think now we moved away from Miami. We're not living there. Let's make it clear that we grew up there. We were born in Venezuela. We grew up in South Florida. And now we have moved on. But we always come back. Like, we talk shit about this place, but we can talk shit. We are from there.
Right. Do you think that, okay, because we're from there, we talk shit about it, but hidden within that, we're talking shit about it because actually we do love it?
I think it's a little bit of everything. Yeah. We hate it. We love it. It's a love-hate relationship.
Sweet and sour.
I think what I hate the most about Miami, other than the people, it's I mean, the weather is fucking horrible, man. So hot and humid.
But, I mean, I don't know what's the weather in San Francisco, but you talk shit about Miami, and I get you. When we lived there, I thought that as well. But as you start seeing how other people live in the world, I don't think that you would say that. I think a lot of Europeans would be happy to have the weather in Miami.
That's why for foreigners is anything outside of South Florida.
Okay.
For foreigners, Miami is like the best shit ever. But for you and I that live there for a long time, it might not be the best shit ever. Like, I see why people get excited about Miami. Like, I see it. Mm-hmm. But I don't feel the same.
Okay.
Because when I talk to my colleagues at work about Miami, they're like, oh, the beaches, the women, the party, the cocaine. It's great. Yeah, I mean, true. I see it. I see everything that you're talking about. But Miami's not only that. Miami's Hialeah.
Damn, you see, now you're getting into places where I wouldn't go.
Miami's Little Havana. That's a real Miami for me.
Okay.
Kendall.
And that's a good thing.
It's a different thing.
Okay, it's a different. Well, you know what they say, like, whenever they talk about the county of Miami, it's Miami-Dade and the bitches. So...
And the bitches or the beaches?
What? No, I have an accent. So...
Oh.
But I just think I find it as a very odd way for you to rep the 305 while shitting on it. But I guess that's part of being Miami riffraff like we are. You got a Yeti.
That might cause some sort of disease because they're not sponsoring this episode.
Who does?
Jetty.
Oh, Yeti. Okay.
Maybe the Miami Heat too. I mean, if they want to send some fucking jerseys, I won't be mad about that shit.
I mean, I think you put out the attitude that they would like. Okay. But
It's the heat culture, as they call it.
Let me get to the nitty gritty. I wanted to show you. Well,
By the way, 305 for life.
Yeah, 305 for life. Even though you're talking the mad shit. I wanted to give. I live in Spain. That's why I have this clothing. Don't think that I'm just going downwards in my life. I understand what I'm wearing. But I wanted to talk about tapas, right? Because whenever people come from America or other places, what's the number one thing people want to experience in Spain?
The tapas.
The tapas. Hi, can I get the tapas? Which, by the way, I went to a restaurant around my house, right? And where I live, there's a lot of international people. And some guy went down, like, to the place, like, maybe he was just, flying by. And so he went, and he's, like, from America or something. And he was like, hi, yes, I'm looking to eat some of the typical tapas from here. And the guy that was the owner, right, which is a very interesting guy, was like, well, you came to the wrong place because I don't serve typical tapas. I serve my own tapas. And he wanted to be very, very like, oh, I got my own thing. But at the same time, it's like, dude, don't be a fucking piece of shit. But anyways, tapas, right? People come to Spain. They're like, hey, I want to eat the tapas, right? Madrid, great place for tapas. The south, great place for tapas. In the north, they call tapas pinchos, but it's the same concept. And I hear they're amazing. Spain in general, they have good food. But the tapas, it's more of like a little small food item that goes along with your drink. And just know, for people that come here, this is not required, and you will not get it with every drink that you order. Most of the time, it's the first one. Maybe you get it a little later, another one. But don't think that, because I think I hear a lot of people say like, oh yeah, you get a drink and every drink gets a tapa. No, that's not the rule. No, if you make a connection with the people there, they see you every day, you know, the treatment might improve. One thing that you'll notice as an American is that the customer service in Spain is quite peculiar, at least in Madrid.
Definitely different.
And when I say peculiar, I mean shit. But once you get used to it and you start getting to know the people, then they start liking you. And then you become like a little knit group, right? All right, but so you can see here I'm sharing the screen. And I'm going to show you guys the best tapas. The number one tapa, actually we should start from the bottom up. The number 10 tapa is rabas. And this is from Cantabria, so this is the north part. I understand, Chef Maurice, you worked at a Michelin star restaurant in the northern Spain. Do you remember, or did you work with rabas specifically?
No, I actually don't know what it is.
Okay, me neither. So, I mean, this is a great way to start.
But that's why we have the Google, right?
Right, or ChatGPT, apparently that's what they're... So, I mean, it's kind of like calamari, right?
It's fried squid, fried calamari.
All right, fried calamari.
I think the difference with this one is that maybe the name, it's different because it's from a certain place in Spain, right? So we see here Rabas is from Cantabria, which is north
Right.
of Spain, closer to the ocean. Maybe that's how they call it instead of...
Yeah, and I also
calamari.
think that instead of leaving them circle, they cut them in strips. So that's might be why they're called rabas instead of just calamari circles. But I mean, I'm good with this. I love this. I love calamari. There's some places where you can get the good ones and not the frozen ones from the supermarket. And in those cases, this is very good. And the way that they do it here, which, I mean, this is something that they do in the U.S. too. Here they call it a la andaluza, or there's another way,
From the south?
Yeah, from the south, they call it a la
Andalusia.
andaluza. And in other parts, they call it something else. I'm trying to think right now. But yeah, they're breaded.
Rebosados.
Rebosados. Yeah, I think that's what's up. They're breaded and then fried, and they're really amazing. You put some lime. Here they use the yellow lime. In the Americas, we like to use the green lime. Tomato.
Same shit.
So I think
Number
this
9.
This is a good
sorry,
one.
sorry. Go.
No, I think that I'm saying that this is a good one. I'm good with calamari. That's for sure.
I'm not a big calamari fan. So 10 so far, it's good for me. Right at the bottom.
As we start getting closer to the number ones, that's when we start seeing, where we don't agree with certain shit. But for now, I'm cool with this. Number 9, croqueta de bacalao. So croqueta, how would you translate a croqueta?
In the restaurant, we call them croquettes.
Croquettes.
So very close.
Okay.
Very close.
And bacalao is a type of
Cod.
fish.
Fish.
It's cod. I like these.
Delicious.
I actually like like seafood croquettes. I've had them of like shrimp. I had them of different fishes. I've had them of sardines. And I love them. If they're made well in a place and you get the nice little seasoning of the fish flavor, it's fire. I mean, croquetas is a staple in Spain. You're going to find these in every bar. I wouldn't say that all of them make them really good, but they're all decent. There are some places that do them extra good. And yeah, I think that's something to look at. Here, number nine and eight is croquetas in general. It's just that number nine is croquetas, the cod croquettes. But really, croquettes can have anything inside. You know, you can put a bag of methamphetamines inside of a croquette, and that's valid. You can do that.
I see that croquettes of spinach are very popular in Spain as well.
Yeah.
Maybe
If you're into veganism, for example, but you still want to get fried shit to clog your arteries, you can get spinach, right? Croquettes.
croquetas de cecina. So cecina is beef, right? It's a part
Yeah,
of beef.
cecina is like the serrano ham, but with beef. So it's dried beef.
So like jerky.
Yeah, it's like jerky. It's
Beef
really
jerky.
good. There's
I-
a cachopo here, which is like cordon bleu type shit. It's like meat with cheese and ham inside, and then breaded and fried. A lot of times they use cecina, which is this jerky. It's like I said, serrano ham, but instead they use a cow.
I'm having trouble with this top list. This page always gives me some trouble. This Taste Atlas. I always look at this and I find top tens and stuff. So I bring it up and we talk about it. But there's some stuff missing that I don't like. But we can keep going.
Okay.
And also, you can't say collectively croquetas and then have number 3 with another fucking.
Yeah, I mean this is. I mean just to yeah.
You can
this
see why people made this shit.
I mean that's as a statement that I wouldn't share. At the end of the day, we do have different mindsets in the podcast, and we support diversity. But yeah, this is obviously made by somebody that has deficiencies in their brain, because you're gonna put a bunch of croquettes in different places. Like, just be consistent with the shit. Croquettes in general, I think that you should have this in the top 10 in Spain, because it's a classic. So I don't mind it. There's some croquettes that are better than others, but there's also different tastes. You have ham croquettes, you have cheese croquettes. There's a supermarket near my house that they do like blue cheese croquettes. Amazing. But it's the blue cheese of Spain, which is called Cabrales. And it's amazing. I mean, maybe that I just said, saying that could get me in trouble with the Spanish authorities.
Number 7. Do you know what it is?
I researched it. Number 7, pringa. This is from the Andalusian region, the south. And this is like, you know what this reminds me of? This is like a little barbecue hoagie, right? That you maybe get at like a gas station in Texas. So you have your little bread, and then inside you have chopped pork, maybe with some sauces. And I mean, I've never actually heard of this. I don't mind this at all. But here I am starting to get to the point where if we only have 10 spots, maybe you shouldn't have this. Because, again, this is not a bad thing, a little sandwich with pork. But I just don't think that it should beat other items that are more classic to Spain.
I mean, it does say current ranking as of April 2023 at the top. So, I mean, maybe they asked 10 people and then this 10 people just gave the shitty list. But I don't know.
I find it funny that they say this is the current ranking, as if they have some sort of authority to like, or like we are the ones that are keeping tabs on what is good or not. Yeah, this list is becoming a little stupid, but we'll see. Mainly because there's a lot of things missing here. Number 6 is chistorra, which is like chorizo. It's like sausage. It's a type of sausage that's made with pork and pimenton, peppers, red peppers. I mean, I don't have a problem with this. I love chistorra. You see chistorra served with bread a lot, so you can have like that little, sandwich of sausage. Sometimes they make this on these bowls that have sidra, like white wine. That's what's it called? Foamy, bubbly. I don't mind this. I mean, this is coming from the Basque Country, from the northern of Spain. You've had these, right? You like these?
This is where the list starts getting fucked, because I would put this in my top 5.
The
Chistorra is
chistorra?
it's one of my favorite chorizos to have.
Okay. It's like this little chorizo, right? It's like this little
Right.
sausage.
They're very thin and long, and then they just cut them, and then they fry them in a shitload of olive oil or some sort of oil, and I like those. Yes, for sure, top 5.
In Venezuela, we would have a lot of little get-togethers where we would do chistorra in the grill. We put them on little breads. Maybe put a little pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo.
And you make a nice little cheap night out, but you still feed the crew.
Best meals. But when you did a little barbecue chorizo and bread, or chistorra and bread.
You can't beat that, really. I mean, you can be as rich as you want, but that's something that should always get your heart warm.
Now, you think that Jeffrey Bezos, when he travels to Spain,
He's called Jeffrey?
I mean, Jeff.
Okay.
Jeffrey.
Okay.
He goes to Spain and he gets chistorra, like the fried, like the good one that's like very shitty for your health.
Okay, but where are you coming with this question from? Is it because he's a healthy guy now?
No, because he's rich, and I want to know if he eats the
Okay.
food of the people.
Well, he's a weird guy, but he is from Spanish descent.
Spanish or Cuban?
Bezos is a Spanish name, and it's also translated to kisses.
Well, I see the Bezos part with a T, Bezos.
Bezos, yeah.
I see the Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Spanish. So chistorra, no problem. I'm good with chistorra. I think chistorra should be part of it. No problem here. Number 5, this one's going to hit me in the feels. Papas arrugadas. This is wrinkled potatoes.
Wrinkled potatoes.
And actually, this is a culinary item from the Canary Islands, which is these islands that are located near Africa, but they're still part of Spain. And that's actually part of where my heritage is from, part of where my bloodline comes from.
Not only it's close to Africa, but their accent is a lot of... It sounds like Venezuelan accent.
Yeah. And maybe it has to do with the fact that maybe a lot of people from Canary Islands went to Venezuela at one point, and maybe they had something to do with the accent that we have in Venezuela. But papas arrugadas, what it is you grab the potatoes, you make them, and then you shake them with salt, and then you don't take it off when you cook them. So the salt starts wrinkling the skin, and it starts making it be softer, and you eat it with the skin. They put this mojo, which is like a gravy, so to speak, on top that's spicy and good. And, I mean, even though this is a weird one because I guess this is more specific to a place in Spain and not something that you can eat it everywhere in Spain. But I guess because part of my heritage is from here, I have some heart to it and I would keep it because it is good. I mean, papas arrugadas is good. Although maybe you could have here papas bravas instead, which is the more classic one. So it's just potatoes that are cut and fried, and then you have a spicy sauce on top. That's the more classic in Spain.
I like how the Spanish call it bravas because it's spicy, but when you eat it, it's just basically ketchup.
You see, this is the problem. Like, you cannot be disrespectful, especially when I'm wearing the Spanish outfit.
But I mean, think about it. You can't call it bravas and just be like,
yeah, but you cannot
tingly.
you cannot make this type of accusations based
I have
on
to.
one shitty bar that you went to.
Well, I have to say this shit. I think I have to get it out of my system.
No, that's cool. It's just you might not be able to enter Spain next time you come here. So yeah, I mean, there's places that give you shitty sauce, but there's other places that do it right, and yeah, don't disrespect my. Don't even try it. All right, let's go to the next one, number 4.
So you like ketchup with your potatoes, huh? All right, let's go.
I don't mind it, but I also like the original sauce, which is made and is given in restaurants. Number 4, pulpo a la gallega, which is octopus the Gallegan way.
Gallegan?
Gallegan. This is the northwest of Spain. We have a lot of this type of people in Venezuela that came, to fuck the indigenous women. I mean, that's what they did.
That came in their pussy. I mean, yes. What? You said they came, so I just thought.
No, you see, you go crazy.
Oh man, I always take it one
You
one
go a
step
step
further.
further. No, 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 no. That's not what I said. So octopus the Gallegan way, what they do is they cook it. And again, I mean, I'm not a chef. If Chef Maurice, maybe you cooked this when you were here. You can add any point. Up to now, you haven't really added anything that comes with the chef
I always,
expertise you have.
I'm subtracting shit.
Yeah, you're fucking it up pretty much. So octopus the Gallegan way, which I'm pretty sure that's not how you say it. Gallegan.
Yeah.
Octopus the Gallegan way. You cook the octopus in water, boil it. There's an art to it. If you overcook it, you're fucked. If you undercook it, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
When you cook it,
You have to asustarla.
can you explain a little what's the process of cooking octopus for the right texture?
So you grab the octopus by the head. No, you have the water boiling. Usually you put some spices on it, and then you grab the octopus, and then you scare it. I don't know what the process is. So you kind of grab it, and then you dump it in the water and take it out. You do it a couple of times. So you do it maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. And then take it out one last time, and then just put it back in the boiling water, and then you cook it for, I don't know how long.
Okay.
I don't know how long, but you have to do that process because.
So you don't really know the process.
No, you do the process of the scaring the octopus.
Right.
But I don't know how long it takes to cook. I don't. Maybe not too long. Or
Yeah, it's
maybe
not too long, but there is a thing to it. And then I think after you have to put it in cold water. It's some
in ice
shit.
water, just so you don't overcook it.
But no, octopus is complicated. That's why I don't like eating. I will say to people, if you're gonna go eat this more delicatesse type plates, you don't want to do it at any touristic bar that you find on the way. You want to kind of research it because this is something that can so easily be fucked up. Like if you eat this shit and it's not made right, it's just not gonna taste.
And it's gonna fuck up any octopus you will ever have.
Yeah, even if it's like a good octopus that went to school and kept it healthy, like it's still gonna be shit because the texture can be fucked up really easily. But anyways,
Do you remember? No, I was gonna say. Do you remember octopus pulpa Paul?
No, where is that from?
No, during the 2010 World Cup.
Oh, true.
The
Yes.
octopus who used to like predict,
Yeah.
and then the Spanish now is like because he predicted that they would win the World Cup and they actually won it.
Right.
This pulpo Paul or octopus Paul, it's just like a god there now.
Has he gotten it right ever since?
No, he died afterwards.
They ate him.
They ate him.
They scared him.
Scare him. And
But anyways, once they cook it, they slice the octopus and then they either do it like in the grill or like in
or the grill.
or in the what's the plancha? The skittles.
The skittle.
And it's good. They put a little sauce in it, olive oil. It's good. If it's made well, it's good. It is an expensive dish, and you're gonna pay a lot for a small portion, but definitely worth it. Do you agree that this should be in the top 10?
I'm not a octopusy lover, so
Okay.
I would still have it in the top 10, but in lower rank. Lower rank.
Well, I agree with you. I would still have it in the top 10 lower rank, also because I'm not an Octopussy fan. But that's more of a personal thing.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong. All right, number 3 is croquettes.
Again.
Ham croquettes, but we already talked about croquettes. They're good. I think croquettes could be in top 5. I don't mind it, just in general.
Just to make it clear, the jamon is a serrano ham.
Correct.
And then they do a bechamel sauce. They put the ham. They cool it down so it gets hard and it's easier to bread. You bread it with egg, flour, and I don't know, panko or some sort of breadcrumbs.
Panko, if you want to make it Japanese.
And then just fry the shit out of it. And then once you bite it, it's gooey, hammy,
And
salty,
crispy on the outside.
Crispy on the outside.
Would you
Sometimes
say-
they put a shitty sauce on the side, like a sweet sauce. Like, why would you fuck it up like that? Man?
Yeah, there's a lot of places that want to be like fusion, like, we're like more advanced than others, and then they put some dumbass little sauce. So yeah, I'm with you there. I don't.
You know why I hate Miami? Because now they're
Whoa.
doing, they're doing the tequeños with like chocolate sauce or guava sauce. Like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like this is the
No.
yeah. Like I always say, tequeños is the food of the people.
You
And
can't,
you
you can't fancy it up.
Yeah, you can fancy it up because that's you're going against the social net that is keeping the tequeño to where it is.
So I think croquetas de jamón with sweet sauce, no.
No
Tequeños with any kind of sauce that's not garlic sauce,
garlic sauce. True.
no. So
No.
croquetas de jamón, one of my favorites.
Croquetas de jamón.
Top
I
3
love
for
it.
sure.
Top 3. Okay, I say top
Not my
5
top
at least.
1.
Not top 1.
Not my
Well,
top 1.
that's where we're gonna have the longer conversation when we get to what we would think is number 1. And there's some things here that are missing that I can't even like. And I can't even.
There's one thing that's missing here. That's my top 1.
Okay, we're gonna talk about that briefly. Number 2 on the list: gambas a la plancha. This is shrimp, right?
It's
Nah.
just shrimp. It's just shrimp in the plancha in the skittle.
In the skillet.
The skillet.
We're
I was trying
calling-
to remember the fucking.
We're calling this Skittles.
That might cause obesity. Actually, it does cause obesity.
Yeah, shrimp
So-
with the Skittles.
Skittle.
In Spain, they have a really weird culinary.
Gambas. So 1 and 2 are basically the same fucking dish.
Right? Well,
It's
it
the same
isn't.
dish.
It isn't, but it's like, I mean, you have one, you have the other. Is shrimp. I mean, shrimp. Here, I
Shrimp
would
is
even say number 1 is gambas al ajillo, which is garlic shrimp, and I would say you just should have that one because that one is really good. Like garlic shrimp is perfect.
I think if people from Taste Atlas would put all the croquetas together and all the shrimp together, then we could actually add what we like in this fucking list.
That's true.
Otherwise, I mean, we can just put gambas a la plancha / ajillo, make it like one
Yeah.
umbrella, one
We should
place to go.
speak to these people. Maybe they need like actual food reviewers that have an IQ that's higher than 83, for example. I mean, this is done. This is done by who? By a blind lady? Like, what is this? Like,
It's somebody who definitely doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
yeah.
So
Alright,
1 and 2, I like how they do the scores on the side. It like
Completely
0.1
irrelevant.
difference.
That's made up.
It is made up because this is basically 1, 2, 3, 4 top or a top 4. You know, same fucking score.
Yeah,
Anyways,
and what the fuck? What is this based on? Like, who the fuck they asked about this shit? This is just stupid.
did they ask real Spanish people? Did they ask the English that go back to England after
Right.
2 days in Marbella? And so
By the way, congratulations to the new king of England.
have you seen his hands?
No.
You haven't his. It's like a fatter chistorra on his hands.
Oh, really? He has Histora hands?
He has just
He has morcilla hands?
morcilla hands.
Okay,
That's
well,
how-
to start off, I mean, gambas, yeah, like shrimp, garlic shrimp, I'm cool with this. This should be in top 10. I don't mind it. Starting now
Towards
with
the bottom.
Yeah, towards the bottom. Now, starting with the things, I mean, at the end of the day, shrimp is the cockroach of the sea. People don't, really.
People don't think about that shit,
Yeah,
but
think
it's,
about it.
it's actually true.
All right, let's talk about the things that are missing here and that are very, very.
Let's talk about the important thing.
Yeah, like for example, I just talked about morcilla, right? Morcilla, which is. What's morcilla in English? Blood sausage, right?
Mm-hmm.
It sounds a lot more gory in English.
Yeah.
Yeah, morcilla is blood sausage. Sometimes they put rice in it. Sometimes they put onions. Even though I didn't used to be a fan of it because I think of this being coagulated blood, I've gotten to like it because it is a distinct, strong taste. And I do think that in the Spanish cuisine, morcilla should be there. What do you think? Is this something that you like and that you think should be in the top 10?
I'm with you. When I was little, I hated that shit. Just thinking about blood. It's like, why are you guys eating rice and blood? It doesn't sound appetizing. But it's on the grill, so it gives it a grill flavor. I have eaten it more lately, it's not on my daily diet, so it has been a while since I ate it. But I have eaten it more since I started working in the kitchen. it opens my mind.
Okay.
I try to open my mind to different things. But I think I'm with you. I think morcilla, top 10, not top 5, more like top 6,
Top 6. Okay. No,
7 at most.
definitely one thing that should be here. I have another thing, but I wanted to go sort of relay to you. You mentioned your number one. What's your number one that's not here? Maybe it coincides with the one I'm thinking.
Number 1, the only one. If you want like real Spanish tapas, tortilla de patata. Spanish tortilla with potatoes. I like it with onions.
Same.
I know that there's a big issue with that because a lot of chefs are like, no onions, only potatoes and eggs. I like mine with onions. Very good. Definitely my top one. My favorite thing in the world. And then you know what's even more fucking great? Montadito de tortilla. So basically a baguette with a couple pieces of tortilla, Spanish tortilla in it.
That is the quintessential Spanish tapa.
Yeah, and what are you saying? That in April nobody fucking ate tortillas? Spanish tortillas? You're telling me that in April in this top 10 that shit couldn't be in it?
No, I mean, and we're not gonna stop using rankings from this page, but
Oh no, I love it.
But we are gonna just make it clear that
We're gonna criticize the shit.
yeah,
out
they're
of it.
gonna criticize it, but it does give us some content to go over. No, but the tortilla is sort of like, I mean, this is gonna destroy what I'm about to say. Is not gonna be good, but the thing that you can compare the most to a Spanish tortilla is like an omelette, but a Spanish way, and it's a lot better, and it has potatoes and it has onions, and depending on where you eat it, they add chorizo to it. You can have chistorra in it. There's a place where I eat it that has that we put caramelized onion and goat cheese, and it's insane. Insane.
For sure. Now, chorizo tortilla is my favorite. Like that is my favorite tortilla. But you know, the classic one is the potato ones. And
Yeah,
and
and the
onions.
onions. You like it gooey?
I like it gooey. Yes, a little underdone.
Right. Okay. Perfect. Yeah.
What there's for me, there's a lot more missing in this list.
I mean, I can give you one. The tortilla was definitely one of them. The other one that I would put here is and maybe I would take it off with the pork sandwich, which again, nothing against it, but I just don't think it's quintessential Spanish, cuisine. I would put bocadillo de calamares, which is the fried calamari inside a baguette, and that is classic and that's delicious.
You see, I'm not there.
Oh, really?
El bocata de calamar is not my thing.
Do you like calamare in general?
I'm
Calamare.
not I'm not a big fan.
Okay.
I've eaten it. We have a dish at the restaurant with calamari, but definitely not.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's
just
fine. I mean, we don't have to
fried.
agree with everything, right?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
One
But,
that's
but
missing.
I would recommend people in Madrid. There's a lot of places. Just look for reviews that do amazing fried calamari sandwich or bocata, and I strongly recommend it.
One that's missing. Pan tumaca.
Oof.
Bread, basically bread, garlic, and tomatoes. Grated tomatoes,
And olive oil and salt.
olive oil, and salt.
But pretty much, I mean, this is like a very common breakfast in Spain. They grab half of a baguette, or it could be different types of bread. It could be, what's it called, the focaccia. It could be different types. But what they do is they cut it in half, they put it in the oven, and then they take it out. They put a little bit of garlic. They put tomato that's been liquefied. So, and then you put olive oil and salt. And I know for someone that hasn't tasted that before, it might seem like, what the fuck, that's weird. Once you taste it, you can't go back. It's so good.
One of my favorites for sure. And if they sell you a 20 euro tomato, it's going to make it even better.
Right. In Spain, they have very expensive tomatoes. So, no, I mean, you can get the cheap ones, but with the good ones, you get the better juice.
I think one that we're missing and that it has to be in every fucking top list of tapas. Doesn't matter the month. It has to be like the Serrano ham or jamón ibérico.
Yeah, Serrano ham is missing here, and this is a very, very sad thing to see. Again, proves that the people on this website are completely...
Or white. What?
No, I mean, you could be
not
white.
We don't share the same food ideology.
Well, I think I think I can go further and say that they're very wrong in their approach, because even if you do a small research, you will find that, jamón serrano ham, curated ham that's been dried and salted. That's the fucking thing that you go to Spain. That's the mark ship. That's the brand. That's what you go there to do. You go to clog your arteries with ham. And the fact that it isn't here, I think that the best way to have it is on top of a little bread, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what? Something that's good too. You get a little baguette bread. You put tomato. I'm saying liquefied tomato, but
It's grated.
Yeah, grated tomato, and then you put the serrano ham on top.
Right, that's the pan tomaca with steroids.
Right.
That's I've had it actually.
That's a pan tomaca if you're higher class.
Jeff Bezos style.
Well, the good thing about Spain is that even me as a poor person, I can buy serrano ham.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be cinco jotas, which is expensive serrano ham.
Right, it has to be the best, you know.
But it has to be cured, right?
Yeah, I mean, it has. Otherwise, it's just ham.
It's just ham. So it's, I think other stuff that was missing here, olives. I like the olives. Yeah. They're very good. Spanish olives are one of the best. Mm-hmm. And I think the cheese. Cheese is very good.
Manchego cheese. You can have Cabrales cheese.
Cabrales, Idiazabal. Those are fucking amazing cheese. So don't listen to this fucking list. Listen to our list.
I would say that maybe you can put ham and cheese in one
category.
Like embutidos and.
Okay.
But yeah, that's definitely missing. And like I said earlier, patatas bravas, which is the classic potato from Spain, is instead of being in long McDonald's size fries, instead of that, they cut it in like triangles, little triangles. They fry it, and then they put this spicy sauce on top that Chef Maurice was saying is just ketchup. It isn't. It's really good. And the places that do it well do it amazingly. So, I mean, that's pretty much us fixing this 10 best rated tapas list.
But let's make sure Taste Atlas knows that we're not hating on them. We're hating on the list.
Well, we're hating on the guy that made the list. Fucking Jeff.
And Taste Atlas, contact us, and we can do a better job.
Hey, we can do this correctly. List.
We can actually do the correct job.
Yeah.
So
no, I'm down.
Taste Atlas, KIKO Flow, Mauricio, let us know. We can do a better list. Anything else you're missing here? I think
not that I can remember now, but I think we cover the basics and the really essential ones.
Are you a fan of the Spanish albóndigas?
To be honest, I haven't really had much of those, but I mean they're good. But I think that you have so many plates in front of that, and I mean this is of course based on my opinion, but.
One that I forgot. I've never had Spanish albóndigas, by the way. I'm guessing it's a lot of paprika and stuff. But one that I forgot, one of my favorites. It's not on the top. We already established there's tortillas there. But pimientos al padrón.
Yeah.
Just close it down, shut it up.
Green peppers. Green peppers. You pair that up, green peppers with a nice steak. Or a nice cachopo, which is a fried steak. Chicken fried steak, right? That's how they call it in the US of A.
In the white people country. Pimientos al padrón.
You're white and you live there and you're in America.
Yeah, I know. Pimientos al padrón. If you can't find them in the United States, shishito peppers, which are the Japanese versions.
Oh
of
shit!
this.
I need to find them shishito peppers for real though.
Shishito peppers. It's a Japanese version of pimientos al padrón, and you do the same. You fry them, salt, eat that shit raw.
Grill them is good too.
Grill is good. Fry is good. Olive oil.
If you're
fry
doing
is
some
good.
steak, you put that in. I mean, this is not Spanish, so let me just add this as a little extra. But also jalapenos on the grill with your steak.
Yeah.
Fire. It can fuck up your hemorrhoids. All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in. Chef Maurice, always lovely to have you add to the show and not subtract.
And sometimes subtract.
Sometimes. No, but I think at net at the end, if you put the adding and the subtracting, you sort of equal. You end up being equal. You end up bringing nothing to the table. No. Chef Maurice, exclusivity deal, is gonna be with us at least 4 years, and then who knows? Maybe Fox will hire him since they took out Tucker Carlson. So yeah, I mean that's what's happening right now. Let us know what tapas you think should be here. If you've gone to Spain and we miss a tapa that you're like, hey bro, this shit is fuego, let us know. Put it there. Criticize us. Insult us. We love you. We're on iTunes, Napster, Pirate Bay, Spotify, YouTube. Subscribe to the Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're everywhere pretty much that you can. Like, there's no way to not find us. So yeah, Broski Doodles out. Take care, Chef Maurice. Peace.